Right, okay, I thought I'd show you how I done the start of my cover. Alright, some of this needs a little bit of gluing down, like. But as I said in the other video, my tag video, this was a cushion cover. Okay, then all I done was cut it down just slightly larger than the card, which I made my card 13 inches, okay, by 8.5 high. Right, because I actually want a 2-inch spine. Well, it's near enough 2 inches. Okay, but I still want it, it's not rigid. I want it so that it feels a bit squidgy, but still has, a, you know, a bit of security in the cover, you know, a bit of firmness. So what I've done, I'll do that, and then I'll glue the cover onto this part, and then I will put an extra piece down there just to reinforce the spine, because I'll cover with fabric as well on the inside, or paper. It doesn't really matter, but because you've got fabric on the outside, which adds strength. But that's how I want to do it. So I thought I would show you how I got this far. All right, so all you do is cut down your piece. Okay, and we add glue right the way over, and then this is going to be stuck down. Okay, and what you do is stretch it out a bit like that when you do it. All right, and the bit that's left, this was what was left on my other one, okay, which I am going to do, is if you cut it down lengthways, okay, like that, and maybe take those off, stitch those together, we'll keep that on that end, stitch all those together like so, and you have all but a little bit more decoration maybe is instant snippet roll. Yay. That you can use for embellishments in your journal. Yay. Instant. Brilliant. Love it. So I'm going to do that with my one, because this is the colour I'm doing, you know, now. But this will be something else I'll do later on. But I'll just make the cover, and then I'll put it away until I need it. Because I have an idea, but not at the moment. I'm not going to do it next. Right, so let's cover with glue. I use Fabri-Tac for this. Can't beat it. But you can use what glue you're used to. Okay, it's not going to show through on that fabric that I have there. Oh, and by the way, they are available on eBay. I am in the UK. Okay, so I will put the link below on there where I found them. But all you would type in, if you're saying America, is Indian fabric cushion covers, and they came up. So, and plus I'll put the link in, so you can always copy the title from the link, exactly what it says, and hopefully they deliver to your country as well. And I think they were about like $2.99 each. I got mine at a car boot, so you know, 50p each, but that's why some of it is a bit split and everything, where I don't mind. But I still think they make a very nice cover and a snippet roll. How about that? Instant. Love it. Okay. I'm not too worried until I start stretching it out. Make sure that's down there. I actually nearly cut it too short. Just one of those things of, oh, I'll just do it by eye. And yeah, okay. Not today. I mean, if you're not sewing it, I sew mine on. You could make sure it's glued down a little bit better. All right. just going to glue down the edges here. Yeah, it's stretched it. Bracelet's making a noise today. There we go. See, all this you'll sort of need to glue down, but if you don't sew it on, I'm going to sew mine, so I'm not too worried. Just a bit of glue there. Card's coming apart. Right. I'm going to do this edge here. Make sure there's a nice bit of glue along this edge, but not too much because I'm sewing it, but as long as it's dry, it's fine. I just like to go around each edge to make sure that that's well stuck down. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on top there and stick that down. Okay. Here we go, then I would sew around it and trim off any excess after. Okay. So I'll go and sew around it. Okay, sewing machine went through that fine. Didn't have to use the vintage one. I've got the Singer vintage for when I need to go through it, because that will go through 3 layers of card. But that machine, that's a Genome one, very cheap. I bought it second hand, so I never spend a lot on machines. And then I just trim off after. I mean, in theory, could have done with most probably staining the top first, because I forgot that I used white where it didn't show up before. I mean, the cushion cover is white, so you might stain a bit of that, but I don't mind. I'm just trimming off anything that needs to come off. Again, I'm still not really that worried about any of it, because I quite like it all rough around the edges. Anything, I'll rough it up a bit. Okay, right, and here we have it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to score, okay, on those bits there, just so that it just bends it a little bit easier, or you can fold if you want to fold. But I'm just going to score it a little bit. which again, should have done it before really. So that would just help me bend that in. Okay, like so. I think I just folded it last time actually. That's straight like that. Okay, and now we've got the cover. All right, and some of you might think that's fine, you don't need any support on there, but I just fancied a little bit more, but I do want it to feel quite soft when I'm using it, so I just wanted a base for 3 nice signatures in there. Okay, that's that bit. So just ink up the edges and put that extra piece in. I did cut it somewhere. I'll have to go and find it in a minute. I found me a bit of card, so I'll just glue that. Don't need Fabri-Tac. Any glue will be alright for that. I'll use this one. That's a beacon 3-in-1. All right. If you're using a PVA glue, I would place that under something heavy, okay, to make sure that's nicely stuck down. All right, I just want to make sure that's in there, not catching. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's only one thickness of card, it just gives it a bit of support there. Okay, and that will be fine. I'll squish it a bit so that, there we go. It just gives me a guide for putting in my 3 signatures, but it also, when I've done it, this, you know, we still have, it'll be squidgy, you know, rather than firm. I just didn't want a hard cover for this journal. I just wanted it to feel nice in the hand, so that's all bending lovely. Quite pleased with that. And all you've got on, I mean, this one I most probably put some script text in the inside of this one. I don't know which way to have it. Let's have a look. I quite like that up there, and yeah, I like that green. That's a hard one, isn't it? Let's have a look. Actually, I quite like that band there as well. Let me see. No, it's that way. Yeah, for me. Yeah, I like that. So just make sure everything's stuck down. Yeah, that's fine, that one. No loose ends. Okay, so that's how I done that. And then I inked up the edges, but like I say, really, I should have done it first, but I don't mind. I got some glue on there, so I have to use a bit of paint on that. This is the tea stain one, so it's not too dark. There we go, matches in lovely with that gold. To be honest, you wouldn't see any of that anyway, but because I would go right up to the edge with my fabric. So, but if you minded, then a little bit of, well, I will show you actually, because that's how I correct it when it goes a bit like that. What would I use? Just use a bit of burnt umber, will be all right. Paint that a bit darker around the edges. This is all going to be covered up, so. Okay, try and get any on the front cover. Lovely. Alright, so once you put either paper on the inside or fabric, then that will be perfect. Also another one, it's that yellow ochre is quite a good match for tea stain as well. That's the first one I come to, burnt umber. Or gold or anything really. Right, okay, let's mop that up. And that is the cover until I find out what I'm going to use on the inside. And I haven't got a clue yet, so bear with me. It's time for journal pages now.